closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Jets and the Bills, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 24.
Well, there is a brand new stadium starting to take shape just across the way, but for now, the action is here at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo, New York. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brent. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Then we see the Bills offense take the field here at quarterback, Josh Allen.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Allen going to go to the air right away. And this one too low. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Allen now looks to throw. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. Still on his feet. He's across midfield. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 46 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. They run. First carry for Damian Harris. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. Make a play himself, as we just saw there. That's a big day.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up. Against a team coming up. Your team did the previous week. You talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll... at the 10-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And it'll be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he's into the clear. one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Well, it's only the first quarter, but that's a quick shift of momentum right there because they were... Before that interception, and then not only, Charles, do they throw the pick, but it gets returned all the other way for the score.
I think the important thing here was it backed up in their own territory. This defense didn't blink. They hung in there, waited for the offense to make a mistake, and as soon as they did, they capitalized in the biggest way possible.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Jets are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So with that pick, Charles, I mean, now they score here. You feel like they're really in the catbird seat in the first quarter.
Yeah, they certainly are, but think about it from the other side. They came into this game thinking they've got to keep up with their opponents. And after being down a score, what's one way to get it done? Fire right back at them. They took the shot. Didn't pay off at all.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse. We saw speed. And what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Richardson now on 2nd down. This will be caught. Judy. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Forced out to his left. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Anthony Richardson, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Been a nightmare of a first quarter for him. 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. As he starts again here, 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 16 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week. And most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, 10 is really the goal. And this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he in the offense.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. They go play action with Richardson. Rolling to his left. Looking left sideline. Incomplete. You look at this Buffalo defense. They've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the number 1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test, going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
On second down, it's Richardson to throw it. That's going to be caught by... ...22 yards there, a first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. On first down, Richardson. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
On second down, a run with Hall. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
One thing I do know that offensive linemen like, they like a guy who's carrying the ball that will take what is blocked. Not try and create a big play and maybe take a loss, not try and go where the blocking isn't. But if it's just all that's there and you just put your head and your shoulders down and get that, you get the respect of the big guys up front.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Second down, here's Richardson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Jalen Waddle, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jets are able to stretch out their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Zuerlein now for the PAT. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You talk about this Jets defense. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Harris. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
Here comes Erickson. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Jets will take over. So here are the Jets now to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10.
Ready! 18, pioneer!
Richardson off the play fake. On the move to his left. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage.
Ready?
But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
1st and 10, it's Richardson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Ed Oliver, that time the one to get in there and bring him down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now it's Richardson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, 61 yards. And the Jets continue to pull away here in this first half. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown pass to Breece Hall. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, You have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
To throw, it's Allen. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Allen. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Erickson now to return. So a good punt there, but a nice... And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining. Here in this second quarter. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now Hall to start the drive. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch. And normally, he's a sure-handed target.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Richardson on 2nd and 10.
We're going to shut you down.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play.
Maverick, 60 Maverick, tempo.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you, and that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Richardson on 4th down. No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Allen off the play fake. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, they'll throw with Allen. He'll get this to Hamler over the middle. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Works right side into the hands of the tight end Knox. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Here's Allen. Has his man, it's Shakir. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
And 4 at the Jets' 10-yard line.
And again, it's Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Zuerlein now for the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. On the return is Hines. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Now Allen to try again after the pick 6. Little pitch and catch to the tight end Knox. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Here's Allen. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a fourth down.
Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Let's go now.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this 3rd quarter.
Ready, ready?
Second half starts with a run by Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Panther 60, Panther 60. 65 cat, 65 cat. Let go.
Play action. Now Richardson out to his left. Crossing route and complete. He's got Pitts. A gain there of 21 yards.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 46, here's 2nd and a couple. Hall again on 2nd down. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front. pounding on the defense right now with the running game and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Holding offense.
No!
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
Still first down.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
A toss left side for Hall. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Come on,
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
19 Lions.
3rd and long for Richardson. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and the Bills are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone, possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard, need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
The left side caught by Diggs. On the move past the 40. He may go. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs. 70 yards, and the Bills get a bit closer. We were just saying off-air during halftime, could they mount a comeback, and how would it start? Well, it started in a hurry.
Yeah, they have to get back into the game, right? So if you're going to do that, you think to yourself, we need points right here on the opening drive. But even in their best game plan, did they expect it to be a one-play drive and put the points on the board? Probably not.
No, probably not, but they got it in a big way. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And New York set to take the field. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
You call it, we all it, baby. Ain't no game. Come on, let's go. Oh, he ain't seen it like that. Let's go. Ready, ready?
And they'll begin by running the option. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Richardson to the air on first down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
Go,
following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Go street. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
On second down, it's Richardson to throw it. And he's got room. And Richardson slides down after evading the defense, and he moves the chains. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on the heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
On the draw, it's Hall. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Ready.
Richardson. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Going for it on 4th, Richardson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Quinnen Williams, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Found good room to run there, returns it 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The New York set to take the field. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Jalen Waddle, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And Diggs has it. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. And he'll just get rid of it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Allen to throw once more. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. There he goes left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. To the air, Allen. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
He's going to look deep down the field, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
I think he thought he had his first read open on that one, but they were obviously ready for that throw, and that's just a lack of experience showing. Young quarterback stared his man down the whole way, and they were more than happy to sit on that route and bring home the INT.
The football back to the Bills and Stephon Diggs. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Allen. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. This offense so far on third down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Taken in at the 11. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
He'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Gregory Rousseau just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Ready.
Richardson now on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen for Hall. A nice little juke, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Ready.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Zuerlein now for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. On the return is Hines. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bills getting set to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Allen looks to throw on second down.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Throwing is Allen on third. He'll be taken down. The Jets get it. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him. Here's Sam Martin now, standing just about on his own goal line. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Speedster wide receiver brings out this offense. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Allen will try again on 2nd down. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just...
Yeah. First off, my name Toad, but it's really Tobe Chuku. Got a BM that keep my season, that keep me fruitful. Grew up wearing platinum FUBU on the Southwest eating fufu. And the hammer that I keep don't come with nails. Look, I ain't know who Bill Burr was until I met the man. Half my married to the street without a wedding.